Yo, what's good? What's good, everyone? Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to Technical Tuesdays here at the Inner Wealth YouTube channel. Man, while I was waiting for the timer to go off, as I was waiting for the timer to go off, as I was waiting for this timer to go off, it hit me out at break even, my precision, but I am long on NASDAQ to these equal highs right here. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I am long. I had to get back in there. I did have a little bit more. That's the upsetting part. I was in from down here and I had 3 contracts, and on this one I was only able to put in 2. But basically, based off this imbalance here, I'm just expecting this imbalance to get respected now. On a couple of feeds, these highs have been taken. So we're going to see if we do get back up there. If not, then we're going to respect those equal highs and move lower towards these Asian lows, which I originally wanted to get hit, but a lot earlier today. Okay, we have yet to go down there. I still want to see price action eventually get down there. Now, the longs are coming from a DXY. Okay, DXY has been shorting off ever since it took the initial high of the Friday's high, so last week's high. Okay, it looks like we've just been really rejecting out of that area, but it could have just been an imbalance that we're retesting. Okay, now the 15-minute is bearish. We are accumulating here. We could get an accumulation here out of this 1 hour imbalance. So maybe my longs just end up getting shorted on. And we continue this bearish price action. Yeah. So I'm actually considering just taking these out. I do like the highs, but I just don't like price action today. In terms of how much I avoid trading in favor of is equal highs like this, right? And so the lows are not equal. The lows have been taken out on an intraday perspective. Okay. But the way that price action since the open has just been low, high, return, 100% retracements. All these positions are getting liquidated, mine included, right? And I believe that usually when you see that type of price action developing throughout the morning session, the afternoon session or the later on session, a lot of after lunch, right? After the lunch hour, after 1:30 Eastern, we tend to get some really nice setups towards these liquidity levels, right? Because then the morning really sets the tone as to what directional bias we're obviously going to take for the day. And so, by the way, can you guys drop some threes if you guys can hear me loud and clear? Can you guys drop some threes if you guys can hear me loud and clear? I actually have we actually have Nate as well on the stream. Nate is going to be joining us for Technical Tuesdays, break down a couple of charts. Nate, brother, how are you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
It's nice to be on a stream together. It's
Bro,
been a little while.
It's been a while, for sure. And brother, I was actually wondering if you took any trades today or setups this week so far.
Yes, sir. Yesterday, not so much, but today I took NASDAQ for a quick sell. I think you were looking at the same exact thing.
Yeah. These shorts over here these ones to the low.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Well,
I was looking at a different feed in which that third wick took the liquidity.
You know what? That's interesting, bro. Do you mind showing us a little bit more on that? I'll share my screen on Zoom.
Sure.
Switch it over to you.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's not something that I've ever been able to, correlate as far as like, which is the right stream or which is the best stream. I think it's still best to just stay consistent with that, whatever stream you use. But it is interesting. Let's see.
Personally, just gonna close my NAS manually.
All right, can you see my screen?
I'm going to make it way bigger. 1 second. One sec. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Nice. Yeah, so similar bias. I mean, I see that we're in this daily range. I would like to see if price were to continue going long, to go above this level of internal liquidity right here. And then there's this 4-hour imbalance up above. If we were to get there, we're still bearish. I mean, we're still bullish on the 4-hour. If we were to continue longing, I mean, that's really the next imbalance that has not been balanced up above. I also like, if we were to short out of here from this daily imbalance that we just filled.
Yes.
We have this daily imbalance to the downside that was never filled, at least on this feed.
That's my weekly objective, is that imbalance down there.
This imbalance?
Yeah, I want to see price action.
I'd like to see that hit as well. and it makes sense if we were to get, based on current price action. We are still, bullish technically on the daily. We have so much liquidity built up, and we have Asian lows that I also would like to see get hit. And so, based on tapping into this previous area of distribution, I wanted to see price come up into this breaker level. You can see it more clearly in the 30-minute, but I wanted to see price come up into there. But once we got that sweep on this feed, this third wick that just swept the liquidity into that imbalance, I took it there with TP below the low. But now I do think that we will get the sweep into this area a little more, and then whether that will lead to more sells, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, price action has been kind of ranging since the open.
It has, yeah.
At least on Nasdaq. The other ones are moving, but
yeah,
I didn't take any US 30 trades this week.
It dumped out of an area this area I had marked up, but there was nothing. I don't know. I didn't see anything that I would have caught, that would have taken.
That initial liquidity sweep from the open.
Yeah.
You have it marked out with a little X. Right.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for price to come back into here.
Yeah.
After the 8:30 move, and then I was waiting for price to come back into here after the 9:30 move. So price just didn't come back. We could still see maybe this area get tapped into. On this feed, this wick kind of tapped into this imbalance just barely, swept some liquidity, and left this 1 minute candle that hasn't been mitigated. I do see continuation sells potentially from there, but we also have imbalance, and then again, price could just continue to this to the low before doing any of that. Previous daily low down there.
I like all those areas.
I'm really looking more just at Nasdaq and then at GU for the rest of the week.
Honestly, Nasdaq looks really good. I think this one's just gonna take patience for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, I just have alerts set. And,
because the setup looks very clean, very clean. The triple top right there. Yeah. Oh, I like how on your feed it did sweep it all though.
Yeah, right. It's interesting. It's interesting that even this one that came back swept
it again.
Yeah. Whereas, if you go to Wanda, it's like
triple top.
Just so much liquidity.
Yeah. I have the exact same breaker candle or order block marked out from the 1 hour, 30-minute.
Yeah.
For the shorts.
The way it looks on Wanda just sort of leads me to believe that it will get swept, but I guess we will see.
I was also thinking it could be some future liquidity for, I don't know, way beyond the future.
Yeah, that is.
It's nowhere near now, but because I'll never forget that triple top if we leave it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Always have it marked off.
If we leave from here to the Asian lows, I'll never forget that triple top. I'll have it in the back of my mind for weeks. Yeah, I took 2 positions. One was the long. It did come back and hit me at break even. That one ran for a 1 or 2 barely. And then I did take the short, and that one did stop me out when we came back all the way. We did this full pullback. This the one starting after 10 a.m. That 10 a.m. pullback.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that 10 a.m. pullback took me out. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled right back. Looks like price just may continue to short, but we'll see. The only thing that I'm looking at that I think looks really clean is GU. So on the daily, we have had this order block marked off for a while, and we have liquidity being built up right above it. Price came back into this previous area of distribution. Basically, the last push up before the expansion. You can see that it was price never mitigated that area. I left some liquidity and swept that liquidity. It's I believe it's a 2-minute area. Yeah, with some imbalance. So that's what was marked off. So given that price swept the internal liquidity, I was not awake to catch that move. So personally, just waiting on price to see if we get tap back into this 30-minute imbalance here, and showing more signs of distribution.
Super clean.
Yeah, and then if we get distribution out of there, yeah, I mean, I would see price continuing to these lows.
I would love to see those lows get clapped.
I mean, that's
What are your
pretty...
thoughts on EU? I haven't looked at it today, but I have been analyzing it lately.
EU. Oh wait, I have. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I was not really looking at EU as much because it didn't look as clean to me as GU. We did close below in the weekly. We have this weekly imbalance here, so we would like to see price come down a little more into this weekly imbalance. I don't have it marked. I don't have markups on this chart, but based on the current range, we swept some liquidity here to the upside and got this expansion. Price looks like it just barely swept these lows here. Previous daily low, previous weekly low. But I would see price continuing down into that imbalance. We just have tons of liquidity here. Tons of liquidity. This liquidity got swept. We have, some 4-hour imbalance here. So that could be a future objective. But for now, in this current range, we have this 4-hour breaker that got created. Aligns with that 1-hour imbalance.
I like the shorts ideas. It's really low at this point, but I do like and prefer short ideas. But yeah, no, whoever took the shorts above those highs, man, super clean shorts, man.
Super clean.
Yeah, that's a nice objective to the downside as well.
Yeah, so maybe we get some longs back up into that area. But I'm not super interested in it right now.
What are your thoughts on DXY?
DXY. Honestly, I see short-term shorts, but I see price continuing higher overall. We did sweep, all this liquidity, but the daily is still bullish in my eyes. Obviously this is way above this imbalance, this daily imbalance that never got tapped into. And then given the fact that we closed above on the 4-hour, and we've swept all this liquidity into this previous area of accumulation. So overall, I see DXY continuing to go higher this week.
Yeah, likewise. I want to see some more bullish price action, especially. Yeah, we just smacked previous weekly high. That 1 hour imbalance is just being respected overall. That's why the shorts on indices just make sense. And we don't necessarily have to get them today, but that as long as we take out that triple top, I got beef with it.
Yeah, that thing needs to go.
That thing needs to go. Yeah, I don't care when we short, as long as it's that we take that piece out before we.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I feel like that we'll see some more volatility in the afternoon session, just because of things are kind of ranging.
Yeah. Nice little retracement.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, this would be like a deep retracement, but I do like this. It just would be a kind of a deeper retracement, but we'll see.
Maybe even that 1 hour imbalance there, right above it.
Yeah, 1 hour imbalance. Yeah. Or did you mean this?
Oh no, I like that. I like your area a lot.
Yeah.
But I do believe that this current 1 hour could potentially hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the current 1 hour, the current 1 hour imbalance could hold for the day.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But overall, I do see, price just continuing to go higher. That kind of thing. That's sort of my outlook for the week. As far as other specific price levels, we have all this liquidity here. Oops. It's like this big trend line here. We have the 4 hour imbalance in there. So we have different levels. I do see this high getting taken. Yeah, different levels we can go for. Different targets. And then I'd like to see whenever there's like this trend line, I'd like to see if there's, somewhere that hasn't been mitigated when price tapped into a POI and then just expanded. Did anything get left behind there? Yeah, so we have
that's interesting.
1 hour candle, which I believe could probably lead to some sort of mitigation potentially.
It's nice.
Might not be
fully unmitigated.
Yeah, it's unmitigated. So I like that area as well.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, where it's an order block, imbalance, unmitigated. That looks to me like liquidity. It may not lead to a full expansion because my higher time frame bias is
bullish.
Is still bullish, yeah. So,
but it's a good objective. Yeah.
A reaction, yeah, just a rejection at least. Could give us some, some correlations or potential entries on other pairs. But overall, just definitely will be waiting at this point.
I'm really happy.
Thing's just
chopping. I'm really happy I stayed out of the long.
Yeah. I think it's
cool. I'm happy that it broke me even, and I'll take it.
Yeah. What's your? I'm curious what your take is on US 30.
On Dow. Here,
yeah.
I'll share my screen with you real quick.
Sure.
As well. Let's see. This might work. 1 second. No, on the stream it might look kind of weird for a second while I'm switching screens, but there we go. Cool. On Dow, I actually, like I said too, I have been looking at EU, and I do want to see price action on EU. There it is. yeah, move lower overall. I really thought we were gonna get more of a pullback into this range, but really just continuing to hit lows. So we'll see what we
Yeah,
do.
I thought we would too, actually.
Yeah. Or maybe I don't know, it's still Tuesday, right? Like we've hit a major level of liquidity imbalance. We could retrace back into some highs. But
Yeah.
overall, it's very much bearish in confluence with the dollar. But in terms of Dow, I guess that will. I should really start here. In terms of Dow, in this whole monthly range, I want to see if we even can remotely get close to that. Okay.
I like that.
And the reason is because I'm pretty bearish on indices currently. And in terms of Dow, there's just not much downside liquidity besides really this low. So in terms of the weekly, my objective was the previous weekly low, and that got hit fairly soon. So if I was to look at some more objectives for the week, I'd be looking at just the daily and focusing on maybe filling this imbalance, right? Yeah, maybe we just fill in this imbalance over here that we have. Continuing more to the lower end, to the discount of that imbalance. Because right now we've just been playing with the high of it, getting some nice rejection, but I don't believe that we are going to get much of a rejection besides this one. Dow could have made like the high of the week on Monday. It's very possible, but tomorrow I believe we do have some news. So this is where the patience really comes in for me, where I would like to see lower price action long term. Okay, we are in a previous area of accumulation and we are in discount already of this whole weekly range. So to me, I would like to see some lower price action, but I'm going to be holding off until we see some clear lows, because right now it's just not clear. I mean, we still have another 2 hours on this 4-hour candle. 2 hours. A lot can happen in 2 hours. More importantly, a candle can close above and respect this whole bullish price action here. This is the breaker structure, and we can remain bullish this whole time. These wicks, right? The wicks do the damage, but the bodies tell the narrative. So when this 4-hour candle closes, I will be setting my new weekly objective for my second weekly objective. As of right now, the objectives to the downside were really clear, easy. I just didn't anticipate them to be hit so early on Dow. So more shorts on Dow. Just I would need more data beyond this 4-hour candle to assess like the rest of the week bias. But if I had to say right now, shorts. That initial low of the week on Monday just doesn't seem fit.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. To me, I would like to see us come down. I know we took a previous weekly low, but that initial low of the week looks sus. So I'm going to be aiming for that in terms of Dow. Now NASDAQ, we're looking at this imbalance here. One sec. We're looking at this imbalance and this breaker right here. And we did come into the breaker, but honestly, NASDAQ, it was really tough to take a short seeing all those highs there. Really, really tough. Like it took everything in my body not to keep long in it, because I just saw those equal tops so close by. So for NASDAQ, 4-hour candle is going to be crucial. I want to see preferably a closure below this imbalance. I know we filled it all the way, but if we're going to be bearish, I would preferably like to see a full body closure below this imbalance. And then I'll be more bearish on NASDAQ. But as of right now, I mean, we are in premium. It does make sense to short. We are inside an insufficiency. Overall, we could respect, right, with the bodies, this daily candle right here on the right. With the bodies, we can overall respect that. One sec. Overall, respect that. Do the damage, right? Sweep the liquidity, and let the body tell the narrative. So Tuesday, this next 4 hour will really determine if I will even look at the afternoon session, or if I'll just be waiting for the next daily candle to close and tell me the narrative. But as of right now, I only have one bullet left. I'm only giving myself one more bullet, and it has to meet great conditions for sure.
Yeah, I just shorted it. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm in the same boat. I'm waiting.
Fabio
I'm waiting
said,
for
"What was that, bro?"
clear price action.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure. It was honestly this. I think I saw it on your feed. Dow didn't take this imbalance here, but on your feed it did take it. Honestly, if someone took that was the play. Like to the Asian lows so far,
Yeah.
Dow was the play. That was probably like one of the only cleanest plays that I've seen so far today. But as of right now, I was in some shorts, took me out. I was in some longs, took me out. S&P 2 just chopping back and forth within this range. Really just from the opening price, we did get a drop, but just ranging within that drop. So is there news tomorrow? Is that
There is actually. I just looked when you mentioned it. There's some sort of news, like flash manufacturing.
Flash PMI. Oh, it's PMI. Okay.
Okay.
It's the production. It's like CPI, but it's in the production and manufacturing. No.
Yeah, Fed news coming up too. Like so we have unemployment claims on Thursday, and then Friday, Powell speaks.
Yeah, don't waste all your bullets at the start of the week. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So prices building up. Price has to build up some liquidity.
Yeah.
So when Powell talks, it just gets swept.
It does
in both directions.
More damage. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I won't be surprised if we just chill and range for the rest of the day. It's cool.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't.
either.
I didn't see Powell, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I did not see Powell, but just so everybody knows what we're talking about, I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this and then share it with you guys real quick. Yeah, so we have oh shit, 1 second. That's Zoom. Oh, I don't know why it won't come to the front. Visual order, bring to the front. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we have some USD tomorrow at 9:45 PMI. And then unemployment claims. Honestly, I haven't ever really kept track of this one myself. But usually when I have a red folder at 8:30 before that 10 a.m., the sweet spot around 10 a.m., I tend to wait till the open. I don't wait till the 10 a.m. I'll just go straight for the open at 9:30. This one, when I see red folders right after the open, I'll just wait till 10 a.m. So this one I'll be waiting for 10 a.m. and this one I'll be waiting for the open. Now, Fed Powell. This one is going to be exciting. Preferably, I want to be completely out of the market that day. But
Yeah.
if sometimes he'll speak and some really clean plays come along. So we'll see what ends up playing out in those news.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see, on that day at the 9:30 open, if we were to get, if price were to like leave liquidity instead of sweeping. Like for instance, US 30 Dow usually sweeps some liquidity at the open and then continues on with the expansion. So maybe we leave some equal lows, equal highs, and then, but when Powell speaks, you can see price come back into that area, sweep liquidity. Yeah, could be pretty clean.
Let's see. Fabio said, I'm expecting Dow to get to 33K, reactive pullback to move lower to 27K, so we get enough liquidity to get another all-time high. What are your thoughts? I can't say that I can see that far ahead, but definitely if you are looking at some shorts, 33K, where is that?
Hold on. I could see that if I'm looking at the monthly. 33K, that's like deep.
Balls deep in here, yeah. So we're looking at, let's see, lower low. Yeah, this is the previous lower high.
Oh yeah, I see what he's talking about.
I see now what you're talking about.
4-hour order block right in that area, right in that.
Let's see. The weekly looks like this. It's a daily. Okay, I see the daily daily it's mitigated, but on the 4-hour, I'm sure it's not. Yeah, fully unmitigated area, nice and balanced. Yeah, it's possible for sure. Get a rejection out of that area. It's like the very extreme low of our range.
Very.
So, it's very possible. Again, I'm pretty bearish on them. I do think that we can potentially make it to 33K for sure. 33K seems a lot more possible, or I can see it a lot more clearly than 32K. I can see the 32K comment, right, from before on our monthly range. But that one is a little bit, I feel like, further away. Like a lot can happen between here to 32K. But 33K is a very nice swing. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, Dow just respected the low end of that range. So if you're looking at Dow, right, you can see that 50%. So that's your discount. And then you take your discount and you divide it in half, and you can see how we came to 50% of your discount. So we came to the premium range on the discount, right? Within discount, there's a premium range. If you split that range, the discount range, in half, you get this nice premium range here. We came to that premium, the premium end of discount, and we continue moving lower. NASDAQ, really respecting. This is kind of what we overall wanted to see, is really respecting this imbalance and order block. I do also, I make recordings for my 6-month program. I'll share it on this YouTube page for you guys, but I send it to them I'm gonna start sending it to them more. But usually what I'm aiming for is sending it to them on a whole weekly bias on Monday or Sunday. And so all of these areas were mentioned in that video. I'll definitely share it with you guys more towards the end of the week when we have our weekly overview. But this area, the way that we're reacting out of this area is honestly really clean. And the equal highs may not have taken place. on any of them.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I still
Yeah.
find that really interesting. How we left equal highs
Yeah.
on some feeds, but price definitely looks like it's,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
you know,
undeniable shorts to
yeah,
the Asian lows. We're almost into the lunch hour here on indices. And like we said, tomorrow there are going to be some pretty interesting news events starting for the week. It's been really quiet, but I believe tomorrow we're going to get those really nice, explosive moves. Not that it can't happen today, but it definitely built up some liquidity in the process. So,
yes, sir. Yeah, I think we will get more of that liquidity sweeps, more volatility tomorrow and going into the end of the week for sure. Um,
SJ said equal top traders living. Yeah, the M traders, like the M's. Look at
yeah,
that. Look at that beautiful M right there.
literally.
The M right there. Beautiful. And if you add the RSI, it's probably like an inverted M up there. I used to trade like this all the time, actually.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah,
M's and stuff.
yeah. I used to trade M's and W's
M's and
the way that Q Banks taught M's,
oh, okay.
W's. Yeah, Steve Morrow, support, resistance, and then like EMAs. My charts used to look like yeah, or like a work of art. But like some really creative stuff. Yeah, I got really
Like
creative with the indicators for sure.
like all the markups. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like everything. Yeah, the moon faces and shit. Yeah, no, it was too much.
Oh my God, moon phases. I've heard
um,
good. Yeah, I've heard a lot on that.
and then that's
It's
not even making fun of anybody like that. I'm just saying, like, I just used a lot of different indicators besides just pure price action before. That's
yeah.
not bagging on
I
any
mean,
indicators for sure. It's just saying, like,
I feel like it all can work.
oh
It's
yeah,
it's just like, do you work? Does your
yeah,
mindset work? Do you stick to the strategy?
yeah. I have a homie that his strategy is really simple, like the M's, W's, RSI, and then some EMAs.
Mhm.
But very simple strategy. Like it's a 1, 2, 3 type of strategy, really easy. And I've always found it very retail, right? But he's very profitable, and it's crazy. Some retail traders, how profitable they are.
Yeah,
Um, Trading M's and W's. You like today, like whoever fucking traded that, shorted that M, is living.
yeah. At
They're
the end
the.
of the day, that's really what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Did you profit?
Did
Can you
you
do it again?
profit? Yeah. I have some individuals that don't even like take profits. They just take trades and they close based more on the dollar digit than anything else, which is
Oh, really?
interesting. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know how. I just don't see myself ever doing that, but it's just interesting that people out there really have. There's like hundreds, if not thousands, different strategies and ways to trade and see the
Yeah,
market.
it is pretty crazy. Some people just don't even have stop losses. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
like that. That is
enter
no.
at a general area.
Yeah, like that is no joke in some strategies. It's like no SL.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I feel like I mean your level of consistency sort of reflects on your level of confidence and your ability to stick to a certain strategy and refine when necessary, but like the ability to just stick to the strategy, stick to your rules, um, and just to the probabilistic mindset that you need for the market.
Did you ever try out any other strategies?
Um, I feel like the strategies that I've tried are all very similar. Like they relate to each other. You know, different names for the same thing. I would say all of that except for Wyckoff is, which I guess it's similar because it still relates to different strategies. Like if you're looking for accumulation and distribution, it's just really a more refined way of looking at that perspective. Um,
Very in detailed way of looking at that.
very in detail. I did, um, yeah, for a while I marked up my charts and marked up the phases of every accumulation and distribution that was happening. Um,
If you learned Wyckoff and you didn't do that, then you didn't learn Wyckoff.
yeah,
Just let
yeah,
you,
exactly.
if you didn't go through a phase where you were marking every single piece of the phases out and memorize them.
Yeah, yeah. You have to know, what your secondary test in phase B is and all that. You have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the requirement.
Yeah, the different types for sure, different accumulations, different
Different
distros.
accumulations. Yeah, exactly. You have type one, and I mean, I really only traded like type one and type two when I was really highly focused on it more.
But
But
there's like
there's a lot.
four or five for each, isn't there? Like
Yeah,
there's just a
yeah. There
lot.
is
There's like four for reaccumulations, and then there's like four for
exactly.
redistributions. There's four for normal distros and normal accumulations. It's crazy. There's a
Yeah.
lot of different levels of Wyckoff, and I feel if I didn't go through that phase of studying Wyckoff in a really in-depth level, I wouldn't be where to the understanding that I have today, where it's just a lot more simple. It's like I only look for type 1, type 2 accumulation, type 1 or type 2 accumulation or distribution,
Yep.
and
Same.
I look for, I'm mainly focused on like 3 swipes. If I see 3 swipes, that's an accumulation or a distro for me.
Exactly.
And I'm like, all
Three
right.
swipes, and you know, I mean, you can even like for a while I would see three swipes in a point of interest, and I would just enter with my stop a little larger.
Just
Um,
like a lower time from accumulation, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that is like a confirmation in itself when you see price come into your like point of interest. It's like price is trying to give you that move, evidence.
Well,
But yeah,
brother, I appreciate you for being here today and sharing this space with us and sharing your thoughts on the market and what may occur for future market price. And I'll definitely we'll review GU. We'll look back and review GU together on Friday. So if if you guys are tuning in today, I'll see you guys on Friday. We'll review everything that we went over today, kind of just back test together on Friday. And yeah, again, brother, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate you.
hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'll be curious too to see how everything ends up at the end of the week.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week for sure. Very eventful next 3 days. So,
Very, yeah.
guys, for those of you who are gonna be actively trading, trade responsibly, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
All right, peace, guys.